I recently came across a simple yet powerful idea. It's that when you become accustomed to doing the hard things, life becomes easy. When you become accustomed to only doing the easy things, life becomes hard. It's a trade-off of sorts. A little example that I think epitomizes this idea. I recently just started cold plunging in the morning. So right now, I'm doing about 6 minutes in 38-degree water. And I'm thinking my body will acclimate to it over time, that it will get a little bit easier as I, move forward into this. But right now, it's pretty uncomfortable. But, you do what you can. You breathe deep, and ultimately you get through it. And as I was in there today, I thought of 3 ideas that I think are worth sharing. So they all have to do with sitting in the cold plunge. In March.
Woo! Good morning, dreamers. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful morning. Don't worry, I left you on a little bit of a cliffhanger, but I'm going to give you some of those 3 key ideas to go ahead and implement in for today. But it's great to see everybody super excited. We've had a phenomenal start to the week already. Honestly, just getting back from Miami from a workshop with some of the 1%ers, some of the OGs inside of the trading space. Mike Nav, Nancy, even Junior, been having honestly unreal success. It's so cool for me to see individuals who've been tapped in, took the information, ran with it, and now they're literally traveling the world as a nomad. I asked them where they're going next. They're going to Croatia. They don't even know what's happening next. They're going to literally be able to just pick a spot on the map and be able to go ahead and fly there. So that's the lifestyle that I've always wanted to be able to live, even if it was just for a month at a time, to be able to go travel, experience life, experience different cultures. So blessed and grateful to be around that energy. Lady Boss Nikki was also with me. So amazing weekend, fired up. I got a lot of material to go ahead and bring back to the family. We got notebooks literally filled up over this past weekend. So a lot to bring back. No worries. Shane and Talina, Cedric in the building. Let's go on. What's happening? So today, dreamers, as you can see for the topic, I've got a good one that we're getting into today, right? Today, we're going to be talking about, do you want guaranteed success? So definitely get your notepads out, get your blue pens ready. And with no further ado, let's get into today. Let me get live on IG, and I see everybody dropping it down. Grateful for water, so grateful for God. I love to see it. Keep it going. Let me see it flowing down below. Let's get this energy vibrating high as we kick off the day with a bang. And it's game time. Let's go. IG is here. And we are live. Awesome. So family, so grateful for God. So grateful to be alive. Grateful to have the roof over the head. You already know. Grateful for the abundance. So grateful for the proximity and the access. You can say that again. I'm telling you, fam, we have individuals who have spent literally over a decade plus inside of the industry that have spent tens of thousands of dollars, that have spent so much time and so much energy. And we get to literally not only, we don't have to take the stairs, we get to go ahead and take the escalator to success by being able to go ahead and tap in these individuals. So absolutely, definitely grateful for the proximity. So thankful for the times that we're living in, and so grateful for this information. Even just now, me getting in the crowd, hearing as a student how powerful these skill sets are about what's about to happen coming into the future. It's never been a better time than to really go ahead and get serious and intentional about this information. Big Boy Diamonds, it's good to see you, brother. What's happening? Awesome. Unreal event. So here we go. Let's dive in. So I'm also going to be dropping the website into the chat so everybody can get a sneak peek of this smart money, how it is that they're seeing so much success. So don't worry, we've got it all coming into the chat. So let's get into it today. Super short and sweet topic. Today, we're going to be talking about guaranteed success, right? Kind of give you guys a little bit of an interesting title. Well, here's the deal, right? For anybody, JoJo, let's go. For anybody that wants guaranteed success, let me just go ahead and pop the bubble right now. You ready? Everybody go ahead and take a deep breath with me. Guess what? That was a success. The fact that we're able to go ahead and breathe, the fact that we're able to go ahead and take advantage of today, the fact that we can go and step into the highest version of ourselves today, guess what? That is a guaranteed success if we're breathing, okay? So this is how we're going to go and kick off the day. First things first, I want to go ahead and get everybody thinking, right? I want to get everybody in mode to go ahead and get ourselves in the mood and the groove of really go ahead and making this really manifest. You ready? So here's the first thing I want to talk about. Number one, as we get into it, when we hear it all the time, right? When we change the way we see things change, right? Well, here was the nugget from this morning, okay? The mind. For those of you that don't know, the mind is an archive of everything that we've ever spoken, everything that we've ever heard, everything that we've ever seen. So you might not remember it, but I promise you right now, that memory is literally encoded somewhere deep inside of the file. So this is why they say when people even get to 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, why are some people so crippled, maybe even by the past? Why does PTSD even exist? Well, this is why. Because all of these memories are stored, and for some of them, they remain dominant for most people's life, and they go right back to that negative memory, and they live inside of that vibration for not just a week, for not just for months, some people for years, some people for even decades, right? Because here's the thing, whatever we repeatedly think about becomes permanent. So I remember being that type of person when I was literally living out of my car, and I kept repeating the cycle of everything's happening. Nothing in my life is working out for me. Nothing is happening in my favor. Everything just keeps happening to compile on top of one another. And I kept bringing more negativity in my life until I finally started to realize that everything that we really think about, we bring about. So it started creating a new image. So the mind goes two ways, right? The mind can either be a source, or the mind can become a resource. And I want to give everybody a question before we get into the meat and potatoes for today. This is the question that we got from our mentor. Really had me thinking. Number one, drop a 10 down below if this was your ultimate year. If this was the year that we documented, that we writ down at the beginning, drop a 10 down below if this was the ultimate year. This is where it gets interesting. This is where the road meets where the road meets the rubber. All right. I love it. Let's go. Phenomenal year. Definitely a great year. Ton of growth. Ton of abundance. Absolutely. Now, let me ask you the second question. Here's my second question. Drop a 20 down below if we believe that we can go ahead and do more. Drop a 20 down below if we believe we can go ahead and do more. Just like Napoleon Hill, Jim Rohn, we know we can become more because we know we can do more. So let me go ahead and drop my 20 in there. So that's one of the beautiful parts of growth, is getting that awareness. Knowing that if we've accomplished all of this so far, imagine what happens if we really tap into that real potential. If we really go ahead and light that fire with some gas and let it really start to catch some traction. I'm right there with you. I'm ready to really go ahead and put the pedal on the gas and really see what we can do this last 90-day stretch to go ahead and end off the year with the bang. Eric Worre talks about it all day long. 90 days changed his entire life, right? He went from having pretty much a $20,000 tax return to $700,000 1 year later, and he always talks about he can go back and literally pretty much say that whole stretch was ignited by going on this 90-day sprint that created all of this momentum to go ahead and last coming into the next handful of months. Well, that's what we're doing for 2024. You see, success has a jet lag effect. Where we're sitting right now today is not what we did yesterday. It's not what we did last week. This is from what we've been doing the past 30, 60, 90 days. And I know this. I've seen this over and over again when it comes to success. So if we want to start off 2024 with an absolute bang, guess where the work starts? Who can tell me? Where does the work start if we want to start off 2024 literally going downhill, hitting the ground running? The work starts right here, right now, right? Because December, there's a lot of holidays. People start to get really lazy. So it's all going to start from within, and it's all going to start right here, right now. So now let's go ahead and get into the training for today. Now that we've identified where we want to go. Now, I know you all can feel that. You can feel your energy vibrating a little bit. You can feel yourself ready to go ahead and get out and put the work in. This is where we need to start, the feeling, okay? Now let's go ahead and get into the tactical action game plans for today. Now let's put some action behind it. We have state, story, and strategy. I don't care about the story. I don't care about the strategy if we don't have the state in check first. If the state's in check, now we can go ahead and speak the authentic story. If the state's in check, now we can go ahead and actually utilize the strategy and maximize it. Because we can utilize the strategy, but if the state's not there, the results probably aren't going to follow. We can put out a post and be dull. We can go out and network and be dull. And I can tell you the results are probably going to replicate however it is that we were feeling, right? Drop a 1 down below if you guys can relate. If you've been feeling good, you were on fire and things just started to roll in. And then we have the other times where we kind of just sucked into our negative thoughts. We sucked into the old self, and we brought about more of that in our life. Isn't that funny how a lot of it stemmed down to the mindset, to the feeling? So this is key. Now let's go ahead and draw a box. Okay, if you guys have your paper out, do me a favor and let's go ahead and draw a box. Okay, now inside of this box, we're going to draw 4 different things. You ready? Let's draw 4 different things inside of the box. Hazel, what's going on? I see you, Angel. All right, so here's the top left. Give me 5 more minutes. The top left is going to be possibility. The top right is going to be actions. The bottom right is going to be results. The bottom left is going to be belief. Okay? Let's go ahead and do this clockwise. Top left possibility, top right is actions, bottom right is going to be results, bottom left is going to be beliefs. This is a simple quadrant that can literally change the game for any single one of us. So in the top left, let's start with possibility. What is the possibility of success for each and every single one of us? What type of possibility, what type of capability do all of us have inside? Let me know. What is the possibility of each and every one of us seeing success? I'm going to say it's extremely high. It's through the roof. As long as we plug in, as long as we stay consistent, as long as we take massive action, the potential for every single one of us is limitless. There's no reason why any of us cannot become a chairman, why we can't go out and become a 6-7 figure trader, why we can't go out and create a 6-7 figure e-commerce store right from home. So the potential is limitless. That's given. Do you guys know this? Look up somebody by the name of Nick Santanasso. Nick Santanasso. He has no legs. He has pretty much 1 arm and he has 1 finger. And now he's one of the best speakers in the world. Now he travels around the world sharing his story, impacting, inspiring, and empowering others. So it's safe to say any of us can go ahead and make an excuse right now. But if you talk to Nick, he's probably going to tell you that excuse is not valid. Just being honest, that just like he told all of us when we all went to the Break the Code event, every excuse that we had, he knocked it out of the window, knocked it out of the park. Because the things that we're complaining about, how do you think that he feels? Imagine having to live every day and you have no legs. Imagine having to go outside and go to the grocery store and you have no legs. What type of self-confidence do you think that he had to build inside of him? What type of self-esteem problems do you think that he had to go ahead and grow through to reach the level that he's at now? Talk about eliminating. I got goosebumps thinking about it. I'm telling you. This is the power of really understanding that every single one of us have unlimited possibilities. The only difference is right here. We have limited beliefs, unlimited possibility, limited belief. So number 1 is going to be possibility. Know that we're all limitless. Here's number 2. Okay, you got to know this. You got to really understand this. Number 2, top right is going to be actions. So if we know we have limitless possibility, what's one of the biggest separators between the ordinary and the extraordinary? Well, I'll give it to you right here. It's action. Yes, I love to get knowledge. Yes, I love to get value. Yes, I'm a person who's always filling up my notebook. I'm taking notes. I'm learning. I'm studying. But at the same time, I'm a very action-orientated individual, right? You see, faith without work is dead. We can have all the faith in the world. We can have all the prayers in the world. But without any type of action, Alex Moore was talking about it today. There's no way we're going to be able to get to the levels that we believe if we don't go ahead and follow it up with a little bit of action, right? So he talks about when a decision is made, providence moves too. The second that we make a decision in the spiritual world, today's the day, enough is enough. I'm ready to go ahead and turn the page. Think about for myself. I just turned 30 years old. The 20s are gone, right? Talk about stepping into another chapter of life. Talk about really realizing how fast time moves. I'm telling you, over this weekend, that clicking moment has never been more real. Time doesn't wait for anybody. It always keeps moving. And we don't need to keep waiting to get older to finally make decisions. I'm ready to go all in. I'm ready to go and take hold of my life. Time is just a number. Time is just a construct. The decision is what makes all the difference. Some people waited to make that decision till they were 49, like J.K. Rowling. Some people waited till they were 52, like KFC, to go out and make that decision. So timing is different for everybody. Just know that we don't have to wait years and decades to go ahead and make that decision, to go ahead and take massive action into our life. Okay. The next piece, the bottom is going to be results. Okay. The bottom right is going to be results. We're moving clockwise here, right? The bottom is going to be results. So let me ask you this. If we have limitless possibility and we take massive action as we learn, as we grow, as we go through these challenges, what type of results do you think we're going to lead to? What type of results do you think are going to end up catapulting from these two pieces? Limitless possibility, massive action. Let me know. Yes, we're going to fail a little bit. Yes, we're going to learn. Yes, we're going to grow. But I put out the story this morning. When you look at greatness and when you look at hustle, dictionary is the only place that greatness comes before hustle. It's the only place. We got to put in the action. We have to hustle first before the greatness comes and follows, before the results follow up. We fail forward, right? We continue to grow. I was not, by any means, was I ever the best trader. I had no idea what I was doing, but I can tell you what I did. I took massive action. I kept trading on a demo account. I kept back testing, kept showing up, kept asking questions, kept going to events. And guess what started to happen? I started to beat at that craft and learn that skill set. It never got easier. We just get better. And you guys have started to notice that as we've gone through this journey so far. So that's number 3. Here's the last piece. Number 4, possibility, action, results. Guess what? Who can give me a guess what number 4 is? Belief. Belief. How many of you guys have ever taken some little steps inside of your life and you started to get a little bit more confidence? Maybe you put in some demo trades, you put up your live account, and now you started to get some W's. You started to get a little bit of confidence into yourself. You started to get more consistent in the gym. Now you actually start to look like you know what you're doing in there. You start to pull up on some go lives. Now you know how to create a listing. You created it one time. Now we can go ahead and create 10 to 50. We get that confidence. We get that exertion of excitement. And this is where growth, and this is the growth cycle right here. This is how it goes. The more belief we have, the more action we take, the more results that we go out and get. But it takes getting those little wins to go ahead and add up and compound. The problem is, here's the problem with most people. Here's what our mentor talked about this morning. He said the problem is that we start with beliefs. Think about that. We start with the bottom left, and then we go straight to possibilities. It doesn't work like that, right? It has to go into this cycle. And this is why we have mentors, right? For those of you that don't know what a scotoma is a blind spot. Every one of us have blind spots inside of our life. We have blind spots in our health. We have blind spots in our finances. We have blind spots with our connection with our creator. But guess what a mentor does? You see, a mentor allows us to be able to go ahead and see these blind spots. A real mentor, will allow us to go ahead and do something that we didn't even know we could do. I didn't know at one time I was able to go ahead and speak in front of thousands of people. I didn't know that was in me till I started to grow. So I started to elevate. And for so many of you, it's going to be the same exact way along this journey. There's going to be things that seem difficult. There's going to be things that seem really scary. Maybe throwing your first event, maybe making that video, maybe making your live account, maybe spending some ads, putting a little bit of money back into your business. A lot of these things seem scary, but this is the beauty of a mentor. Most of the time, anything that we're going to do, they've already been through it. They've already walked those steps. They've already felt the emotions that we're feeling. And to be able to ask questions and learn, this is how we can really go ahead and take the escalator. So here was the last piece that we got for today. You ready? Imagine, and Lady Boss Nikki, she was like, yo, I love this. Imagine if every part of our life, right? If we can go ahead and we can turn problems into projects. Think about this. This was such a great visual. Watch this. He said, A+ humans with B- skills be A+ talent with a C- personality. Woo! Let me give that to you one more time so I can click. A+ humans with B- skills will almost always beat somebody with A+ talent and with a C- personality. So what does that mean? A C- personality is somebody who's always looking at problems and that's always complaining. They're always blaming everybody else but themselves. They're always looking for a way to get out. They're always looking for a way for a shortcut. They're always looking for a way to do the shallow work. I know what that's like, and I've been there. Until I started seeing individuals fly past me, I started to realize there's no escape to get past the dirty work. There's no escape to get past our past. There's no escape to get past some of the biggest resistances in our life, but to go ahead and be able to run at them full speed with confidence and knowing that this is where the break free really happens, right? Fear, face everything and rise, or face everything and run. And here's the last piece that he gave us for today. He says, imagine this. Imagine we have two people that are chiseling a stone, right? The one person, as they're chiseling this stone, they're complaining. They can't get anything right. Nothing is working out in their favor. And what happens if you look at the second person chiseling? As they're chiseling, they're so excited. They're learning from their cuts. They're learning from the angles. They're learning from the speed. And they're talking to themselves, this is going to be the greatest stone that's ever been seen. This is going to be the stone that's going to be seen at the top of the cathedral, so that every person that walks by for miles, they're going to be able to be in awe of this beautiful stone that I know I created. And guess what? We are the stone every day. We get to go ahead and chip away at ourselves. We get to go ahead and chip away at what doesn't belong. And every day that self-talk is what's going to be able to determine most of the time where we end up in our future, right? The secret, being able to see it, being able to feel it before it even happens. So dreamers, that's my training for everybody today, to really go ahead and get deep on realizing that success absolutely is guaranteed for every single one of us. The only difference between a chairman and you and I, a chairman is just a P150 that never quit. The only difference between an educator and a 6- and 7-figure trader, they just blew more accounts. They just have a little bit more time, a little bit more action put into the game than you and I. So there's no doubt in my mind whether any one of us are capable of success. In my opinion, it is absolutely inevitable. Time just has to go and catch up. So dreamers, if you got any value from today, drop some 4s down below. Smash that like button. If you guys are ready to go ahead and take massive action into the month of August, I love you guys. I'm here for you. Anything you need, I'm right here. I'm nothing but a call and a question away, as well as your leaders. Remember, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hands. Have a phenomenal rest of the month. Croatia, safe travels. Have a blast out there. Stay tuned for all of the content. And you guys are going to see how big this movement truly is. Think about that. 10,000 plus individuals in an arena screaming all the success, all the testimonies, all the tears. So for those of you that are out there, enjoy it, soak it in. For those that are not, get a hard look at these stories and see how serious others are taking advantage of what is that we all hold right here. So let's go out and make it happen, turning dreams into reality. Let's get to work. It's game time.